Boars at a banquet, learning some words. With Roblox out, some new gaming occurs. Pokemon everywhere. Kids want a new map. And somehow Trevor is back playing Marvel Snap. Woo. Super mysterious. Oh. It all makes sense, I swear. Here on New Dad Gaming.
The adult beverages are poured. The kids are asleep. Welcome to New Dad Gaming. It's a show about fatherhood, gaming, and new fathers figuring out their gaming lives.
My name is Trevor, and I have a 10-year-old and an 8-year-old.
And I'm Jeff. I have a 15-year-old and a 12-and-a-half-year-old.
Each week we try to show that just because you became a dad
does not mean it's game over.
Okay, now for the poem.
Right.
Like what that was all meant. So we were recently at a beach, which is absolutely fantastic, right to go, but the kids were just savages, right? Up and down, like running down there, like they wanted to sit so that the waves would come and just smash into their bodies and roll them onto the beach, and then they get up and they do it again.
Right.
They're picking up rocks and shells and just throwing, just beautiful savagery. It's great.
Right. You're right. Okay. Yeah.
And I was trying to this is almost like a workshopping thing between us dads. I was trying to, it's kind of like a bull in a china shop type of thing.
Okay.
The metaphor I was trying, or simile I was trying to put together, analogy actually. An analogy I was trying to put together was often you'll see people get upset at kids a little bit because they try to put them in circumstances they shouldn't be in a way.
Right.
You know, where it's like, okay, I know you're full of energy and bursting with curiosity and you're excited for the day, but I need you to sit quietly for 4 hours. And then they don't do it and you get angry at them. It's like, well, it's like, for God's sakes, of course you're not going to, like, that's not going to work. Right. Are you kidding me? So, and I think of my kids' particular brand of savagery. And the analogy I was trying to come up with was, it's like taking wild boars and then feeding them nothing but Red Bull and HGH for a month. And then you bring them to a fancy banquet and you get upset when they destroy the place. It's just like, so let's workshop that a little bit. It's
yeah.
Like, well, see, I like boars at a banquet, but it's like, especially like you take them and you load them full of Red Bull for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And you sick them on the situation. And then you get angry. What, are you going to get angry? It's like, I can't believe these Red Bull HGH fueled boars destroyed the banquet. This is unheard of.
Right. No, you'd probably be trying to manage your expectations a little bit and be like, listen, this is an outlet, and here's just, the fallout from it. So
anyway, if any gaming dads have suggestions on how we can workshop this better idea, I'm almost like, I want to have it like on my quiver. So at any point, it's just like, oh, why are they acting like this? It's like, lady, like they're like boars at a banquet.
Yeah.
It's just like what would you expect this to be? So
it's going to our merch store, so stay tuned.
Yeah.
Right?
If New Dad Gaming corralling boars at a banquet.
Yeah.
If any gaming dads want to throw their hat in the ring for workshopping how exactly to get that kind of analogy across, is the one that you've used yourself, right in. One of the greatest parts of the show is interacting with fellow gaming dads. Right into us at New Dad Gaming on the socials or newdadgaming.com. We'd love to hear from you one way or the other. Now, speaking of those savages, one of the I think we could almost put this as a gaming tip in a way. So because some of the propensity for trying to get high scores, I have found, has sort of bled into language learning with Duolingo.
Okay.
Now, so have your kids ever messed with Duolingo? Have they ever poked around with it a bit?
Not that I know, not that I'm aware of. Who knows what they do? Not that I'm aware of, no.
They'll come up one day, it's just like, konnichiwa. You're like, what?
Just full on like Japanese or something. And you're like, well, okay, you just learned that. All right, sure.
Okay, because what I found is, so as you know, listeners of the show will know that the family's currently in Colombia for a couple of months, and the kids have kind of taken upon themselves to learn some of the language. I am a Duolingo user to some varying degree of success. And I think the way the kids seem to be approaching it is almost like a loophole. Because Duolingo is installed on their devices, and
Right.
we will shut down everything else. Like, okay, no, you can't watch YouTube. No, you can't. Well, they can never watch YouTube, but you can't watch Netflix. You can't play games. Like, you can't do anything. It's like, okay, can I study? It's like, yes.
Can you?
Because the way Duolingo is built, it just seems almost perfectly built for them specifically in this moment. Because it's high scores, it's streaks, it's camaraderie and like friendships. You can have like a friend streak, like where the three of us are now friends on Duolingo, and like we nudge each other to make sure we do our reps for that particular day.
Okay.
And it just feels like to them like they found a cheat code. For listeners, I just gave air quotes.
Those are essential to the story too. I enjoy those.
To allow them to touch their devices a bit more. But it's like, spoiler, you adults are learning a language. You can do that all day long. Like, we're all winning here. We're all winning across the board. Have you... So again, it sounds like you guys have not messed with Duolingo, but have you found that a digital version of a game or an education or learning, like chess or something it's in between, it's like they're accidentally learning because of their desire to like play or be on screens?
Oh, totally. I remember my youngest was deep into Scratch, right, which is like a basic coding
awesome.
system.
Yeah.
And they wanted more screen time because they were allotted so many minutes at that time during the day. And that was like the added bonus. So like if they cleaned their room or did their laundry, they'd get added screen time and they could do that. And they're like, ha ha ha. I'm like, okay, yeah, you're really pulling one on old mom and dad. Like, gotcha.
You're securing your viability in the employment marketplace. Oh no.
Yeah.
Learn the code.
So my 15-year-old plays chess. So you did mention chess, and he plays chess against actually my dad, who lives in another country. And you can play chess through text, right? So it's one move at a time or whatever. And sometimes, like, my dad will visit, and he'll be like, so your kid is texting me chess moves at like 11 o'clock at night. Well,
Excuse me?
there's no time limit. You're supposed to take your turn. I don't know. All right.
It's like, yeah, do I get him in trouble for this? It's just like you're owning my father with sick chess moves. I'm not sure how to handle
Right.
this, like, discipline. Exactly.
Right? Like, and it's like, oh yeah, it's late at night. It's chess. Like, I'm not going to reprimand chess. And, if you have the brain power to work at that time of day, sure. It works.
I love it. I remember I read, I believe it was on the Dad subreddit, or it might be a meme otherwise, but some dad was paying like 25 cents per book to like get through. And then like he was, at night he'd go past his kid's room and he's underneath a blanket with a light, like, I'm secretly reading suckers.
I'm getting through, yeah.
And you're like, well, you got me. Oh no.
Uh-oh. So much money and knowledge.
Yeah. So I'll see. Now, okay, so the big challenge that we have, and we're going to see where it gets. So I'm currently at level 34 with Duolingo, whatever their things. It puts you at, I think it's, I forget the system, but you can interact and converse like with the world. So you can go out and get what you need and tell people what you want, things like that. You can't get into deep conversations, but
Okay.
it maps. It's something like an A1 or an A2 in the international system. So I'm at level 34. These guys just started at like at level 5.
Okay.
And the bet was, it's like, okay, if you can catch up to me, I will give you each $100.
Okay.
It's like if you stick with it and you get all the way up past to where I am, like you get $100. And again, that's just one of those like, it's win-win because it's either like I keep my money, fantastic,
Yeah.
or I give them money because all of a sudden they are relatively fluent in Spanish.
Yeah, that sounds like it'd be like you wake up tomorrow and somehow they've like broken the game and you're like, hey, wait, no,
Wait a minute.
that doesn't work.
They're editing the code to it.
Yeah. But again, you'd
better.
be like, okay. Good
Then
for
he
you.
turns around, he's like, "Does the guy want to use this money to buy a PS5?" You're like, well, I'm not gonna. Win, 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 win. We're doing it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that sounds like a good kind of. Well, we talk about like pay to win, right? So Good little side quest. Yeah.
Hey, gaming dads, have you bribed your kids into some learning habits? Have you found a loophole where they think they're getting some extra gaming, but in fact, they're learning? We'd love to hear from you at New Dad Gaming, newdadgaming.com. And one of the greatest advantages of being rid of Roblox, which is still, by the way, like fantastic, like I highly recommend.
I hope your piece continues because I'm living in the Roblox hell. So
it's so bad. It's been great. It's been so very great. Gaming dads, if you can manage it, go for it. But one of the interesting things has been the reintroduction to games. Like, so without that core driver, like I've just found they have this other appetite to just explore other titles that they played before.
Right.
So my one kid is playing a bit of Rematch, which is a kind of like a live service soccer thing that came out from EA. It actually looked kind of cool and fun. It's kind of neat to see he does that because he plays soccer in real life. The other one, and that, in fact, both have gotten into the Pokemon games that I previously bought them for birthdays past.
Right.
So the one is doing Pokemon Sword. The other one is Pokemon Violet, I think that he has. And like every day, it's just this like excitement around like, oh, like I traded this guy for a shiny, or I got like this one, or like this is a current mix of people that I have. Things like that. So it's been so great to have been rid of Roblox and to see this like new wave of gaming come in for them.
No, that's awesome because when you mentioned Pokemon Sword or Shield, was it Sword or Shield?
He has Sword.
Sword.
I hate that. That's one of those like I had that, and we'll talk about Pokemon Red and Green before.
Right.
But I had to Google it. It's like, so what are the differences? Is it the same game? Like, what is
this? You need to know. Yeah.
Apparently.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but go on.
No, again, my the youngest, when they were 10 or 11, like broke that game, right? Like went through, got all the shinies, had everything done, and that's when we lost the console when a few episodes back, and we found out all that data was stored on the console itself. So if you do have Nintendo Online, if that is a possibility, cloud backups. Just FYI, dads, just cloud backups.
Now, I will say about that. So one of the interesting things that came out of it is some of them. My oldest had some Christmas money left over, and his request for it was he wanted to purchase Nintendo Online, specifically for in this game because you can do trades.
Oh, okay.
So there are two things that he was finding. Number one was there are these big events that you can go. Like there'll be some.
Yes.
It's almost like a raid boss type of thing. And if you aren't online, they just fill it with bots. And the bots are terrible. They're just garbage. So he was infuriated because he just wanted so badly to beat it. But it's like these computer people suck. They don't play well. So he wanted that. And then there's all of this stuff you can do with trading. So he wanted to see like what can I trade for? Like he wanted to get into that mix. So he requested that we get the Nintendo Online. He paid for it. So he currently has like a month. Because we weren't going to do the full year. I think it's like $5.99 currently, Canadian-wise anyways. And, and thought it'd be like, okay, we'll do 1 month, kind of see where it gets to and see if you're still Pokemon crazy within that time. Did your kids have, like, when he was in his Pokemon phase, was it online as well or was it offline?
We had access to online, so I think so. I want to say yes, that they were doing trading and all that stuff, and it was all done. But again, these things, like, so it was like probably a month of that game, and they were like done it twice kind of thing. So a month might be all you need until they want to come back to it, and then like, I'll trade for the thing I'm missing or whatever. But no, it was worth it. I think that's exactly where Nintendo kind of pins you, where like, oh no, to access this game and all of its kind of little fun little quirks, you need to have online. So
yeah, well, I think the curious one, this kind of segues nicely into it, but so Nintendo just relaunched. As if they're like listening to this show.
Yeah, they are. Are you kidding me? They are.
And speaking, listening to the show, sorry, like let's give a quick call out to a friend of the show, Gaming Dad Capozzi, who did write into us and stated he himself had gotten into a retro bent and was back into, I think it was Violet or Blue. What's the blue one called?
Oh, yeah. Well, I think there's
Sapphire, maybe.
Sapphire. God, I can't remember it now.
Yeah,
But
one
yeah,
of those. So
okay, cool.
But he was joining in it, so that it's just like we are drowning in Pokemon to begin with. So I was in it. I was in Red. My kids are in Sword and Violet. Friend of the show, Gaming Dad Capozzi, is in with. We'll just say. I already forgot what I had previously said.
You said
the blue one,
or Sapphire. But
Sapphire. Let's just go with that one. And then at the same time, for some reason, Nintendo just. Oh, Trevor, you're playing this retro one? You know, it'd be cool.
Yeah.
Giving us $20 to play it on your Switch. Like, what's going on? What did you take of that? Like, why don't you explain the announcement, and then what did you take away from it? It's kind of a interesting one.
yeah, when I saw Nintendo announced, again, these retro Pokemon games for their Nintendo service, I'm like, oh, cool. And I thought they were adding them in, right? I thought there was just like part of the like Nintendo Online subscription and whatever. But then, and I was like laughing to myself, like Trevor talked about that last week. So Nintendo is definitely listening to the show. One, not
Nice.
not an issue. But then for the $20 price tag, which I think is US, I think Canada it's probably even more. I'm like, that's a little, because it's a straight port. Like it's just access to a. God, I almost said, is it a 30-year-old game? Probably. It just seems a little pricey to me, but if people can't have, or if they don't have access to an emulator or some other place to get it, that's definitely one to look at. But I wasn't sure.
Or the $300 to buy the original.
Yeah.
the original cartridges, which apparently there's an entire wave of fakes out there, and there's a couple ways to tell, like with particular plates and the way the indentation goes, to know whether you got an original, actual,
oh wow,
red and green, or it's a rip-off. Yeah, so because the originals will go for a lot of money, so there's actually some forgery that happens within it.
I did not know that. It's the same thing with like Pokemon cards. Then you have to know if you have like a legit copy. Wow, wild. Okay,
I'm curious. See, I find your take on the pricing, I almost find a bit surprising, because it felt to me like it was a bit restrained from Nintendo.
Oh, like they could have gone more?
The fact that it wasn't $60 is like...
Can you imagine? Yeah.
But it kind of feels like a win in the sense. To be clear, like it'd be better if it was 10. It'd be better if it was cheap, for sure. Let's get that out of the way. But as far as like Nintendo has been doing recently with their $100 games, it's like 20 feels bizarrely reserved for them.
Okay, like I yes, and I understand your point for sure. When did this thing launch? Because I want to say it's 30 years old, but now I'm like, maybe it's 40. Like maybe we've gotten to that point. Because
gonna Google something. Let's do this.
I saw on social that Zelda's celebrating its 40th.
I don't even have to. On the title, I just saw the title screen here. One second.
Yeah.
Let me bring it up. It said 2004.
Oh, okay, so we're not. Whew. That makes me feel so much better.
More than 20 years. It's still
only right. That's fine.
22 years.
But yeah, $29.99 Canadian, which is like, okay, it is restrained for Nintendo. I will give you that. But that is some chunk of money. I don't know.
Yeah,
do you get both or just the one?
Oh, that's a really great question.
I hope
that would
you
be
get both.
That would be so jerky if they did that, man.
Oh, this is where the Nintendoism goes. And
hold on. Okay, so I'm seeing the Pokemon Fire Red version.
Yeah, so it's $29.99 Canadian for each. Yeah.
Okay, that sucks. Now, what is like Jeff? Help a dad out. I kind of skipped the original. What is the difference? Like, what is like?
There's only just some Pokemon that are different, right? So like you have to find another person with a different version than you to get your entire collection, because you can't get it in your game. As far as I know. That's the only way to complete it.
So the one idea would be, so both cartridges have different Pokemon.
Yeah.
Some different.
Yeah, some.
And then, but you can trade the Pokemon between the cartridges.
Yes.
Like if you had like the Link, like back in the day, like that type of thing.
Yeah, that was the whole thing, where you had to go out and find somebody else to trade with you. So if you buy this digitally, I don't know if you can go online and find somebody else digitally to trade with you. I don't know.
Yeah, this guy, there has to be. No, like honestly, like if there's not
I
some way that
understand.
like online trading,
One would
they
hope.
just remove. It's like no, the only way for you to get all of them is to buy both of them for 30 for $29 each.
Yeah.
And then you can trade with yourself. You're only allowed to trade on console
Right.
between 2 copies of the game that you own.
I mean, we're leaving it out there. I mean, if anybody in the audience wants to correct me on like, oh no, you can earn them all in the same game, and maybe Nintendo left the door open for that on these new, well, these are ports, right? So I was going to say new versions, but it'll be exactly like 2004, where you have to go around and find other people with the ones that you want. So I don't know. I don't know if you're gonna. Are you gonna purchase?
No. The kids have their copies. I got my copies. I think we're good for a while.
Okay.
What are we missing right now? So I mean, there's like there was Sword and Shield, there was Violet and something else.
I should bring my kid down here. They could recite the entire thing. I'm like, listen, there's too many colors and things for me.
Buy them all. Hold on. We're going to Google again. What is the latest Pokemon game? Pokemon Legends. Z-Day.
Oh, yes. Right.
Pokemon Legends.
Yes.
Okay. So we are one behind. So maybe that's like, if the household is in Pokemon Mania still, perhaps that's like the Christmas gift.
99.99.
Gotta buy them all. Let's go.
Gotta buy them all.
Oh, okay. Well, so one last story. Let's throw it to the gaming dads. Are you guys in the mix with Pokemon? Is your household doing it? Would you be purchasing Red and Green to relive those Game Boy gaming moments? We'd love to hear from you at New Dead Gaming, newdeadgaming.com. So this one's out of left field.
I love the start to that. Never mind.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
As opposed to everything else that just followed a clear logical flow on this show.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I did not have it on my bingo card that I would be back playing Marvel Snap in 2026. It was weird. And again, this would be one of those, I'm going to ask you if you've done something similar. So this was for some reason, it started to hit my social feeds. So
Okay.
like be it on like
Targeted.
Instagram or X or something like that. Like it, just like little shows like that. And for some reason, again, like I'm looking at the phone thinking it'd be great to reduce screen time as far as like social, at least is concerned, right? It's like, it was a great game on my phone. Marvel Snap. And then I'm scrolling. Next thing you know, like you're starting to see some of these replays. You're starting to see some of these things. I'm like, I don't know, man. Maybe it is fun. I should try it.
Remember those times? Maybe I'll get back into it. Okay.
And I'd have to say, I think what is... It's like the fun for me isn't necessarily winning. The fun is always just like having a chance. Like you did some things and I did some things and this is great.
Okay.
What turned me off when I last left was the card creep. It's just that this is forever. Like at the moment when I had my most fun with it is that I had a pretty good idea of all the cards.
Right.
Because I'd played like enough, like passing familiarity, right? I had a decent collection. And it's more just like, okay, I was in the mix as far as like, okay, this is the type of cards people have, the type of like decks, the archetypes. And then like they just kept releasing cards. And it's like, this is just not going to stop. This will be eventually like thousands upon thousands of these things. Like I'm not going to be able to keep up. It got tiring. It felt like the treadmill.
It's adult Pokemon for you. Like,
yeah,
or just another version of Pokemon. So.
Basically. So I had left and like didn't look back at the time, but returning into it, I'll say like I was playing an old ass deck that I just had. Worked perfectly fine. And I'm actually like, I feel a bit bad. I think it's what you'd call kind of like a Smurf account.
Okay.
Where you have like a big power, like you have all these cards and everything, except you're playing on like the lower levels where you're not supposed to be. So it's people playing for the first time and like, I choose you, Pikachu, and then someone else comes out with Mewtwo, type of thing, like nuts. So for me, like I have this like overly powerful deck, and I'm just like stomping people, which is, I assure you, that's not actually part of the fun. If anything, I feel a bit guilty. But here's the thing: the reason I mention this, I find this to be a very unique moment.
Okay.
Because at these lower levels, and I've had some good matches, I've had some losses, so it's not like it's like entirely overpowered. Right now, with the cards that I have and the cards that these newer players have, I'm not really seeing anything I've not seen before. So it's like in these lower levels, it's like a snapshot of everything that was fun and cool when I used to enjoy this game.
All right.
My assumption is that as I start to climb up again, all of a sudden I'm going to start like arriving, like it'll be that Magic the Gathering moment where it's like I play a 2/2 dinosaur, and they're like, all right, well I do my Lotus here and I do this here, and then you've lost. And it's like, cool. I love this game.
And I quit.
I'm so glad I got back in here. That honestly, I really think I can almost like see the cliff coming. I tend to think it's just like this is temporary. This is like I got this little like snapshot perfect window, and as soon as I get above level 30, it's just gonna remind me of everything that's terrible about it.
Yeah.
Have you ever had that? Have you ever like, returned to a game where it's like, why did I relieve this? This is so much fun. And then 2 games later, you're like, oh, right. All this garbage. I forgot.
So right when you said it, I'm like, okay, I have just, again, reinstalled Final Fantasy XIV, the online MMORPG. And I'm only at like level 30, but they keep upping the free demo. We can go up to like level, I think, 90 at this point, which is an insane amount of game time for this thing. But I always like forget. So I see something, much like yourself, on social. Like, here is this new event happening. I'm like, oh, cool. Like, why did I stop that? Like, I should go back. And I boot that thing up, and I'm like, oh, I'll just do some fun side quests. And I do a few. And I'm like, okay, I guess I'll do like the storyline, main plot, right? And I'm like, oh, right, there's like raids and stuff. I have to work with people. like,
right, the things. I forgot about the things.
Yeah.
Right.
And like they've done their part on like, we'll give you some AI people, but I'm like, oh, this is where I kind of backed away. and I remember like, okay, I'll just set it down, and then I end up uninstalling it, right? Because it takes quite a bit of space. But I'll always come back. Sure enough, give it another 3 months, I'll be like, why did I quit that? I can just do side quests. I can just go back and farm something. Why not? And then realize.
See, I don't know. At some point, they'd have to. You almost think this is where you'd love to see the inner machinations of these companies. Where I'd be curious about is like, all right, we have a problem where we don't have enough chud to just feed to the whales.
Right.
So we have to find a way that they can kind of play amongst each other for a while and have a good time. And then every now and then we just get them destroyed. Then we'll sacrifice them.
Yeah.
But for a while, it's like for 60 to 70% of their time, we're going to let them have just like good old fun times. And then 30% of the time, we'll feed them to our whales, and it'll be great.
Yeah.
Like I'm curious if there's levers like that, because especially again, like this first run, like I would say, just like I would sing the game's praises, like, oh, this is like some like neat strategies and like synergies. This is a lot of fun, but then there's a cliff. Like it's like you can see the glass dome I'm playing in. It's like I'm gonna hit the wall, man. Like I see what's coming.
You just la 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 la, and then just hammer, and you know they have the data on that. You know they're just this player, just like drop rate, just done.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. I'll keep it. At the same time, too, I'm not trying to overthink it. This is
good.
Not a lifestyle. It's not like I'm spending money. It's just having fun. I'm having a good time. Let's just see where it gets to. I'll keep you posted.
Now, would your kids get involved in it, though? Is that something that they could play or want to? Because that could be a whole other element to this thing.
They've watched me play, and they found it interesting that I had it on my phone again. They're like, you're playing Snap again?
Okay, yeah.
Because that was one of those things where if we were, we're waiting for my wife to get out of a store or something, and we're just waiting in the car. It's like, hey, you guys want to do a match of Snap? And they're like, yeah. And we choose a meta, and an archetype to play with one of the decks. So they liked it. Again, I think it's much like Duolingo. It's one of those adjacent things where it's like, well, we can't have a smartphone and we're not allowed to have extra screen time.
Right.
But this is like kind of like having game time and screen time instead.
Yeah.
So now, as far as them having their own accounts, I'd be worried about it being addictive.
Oh, okay.
Because the stores and the progressions and things like that, like it is very casino-like. So I'd be a little concerned about a younger person like diving in.
Okay. Just quick aside, because you reminded me. And on that note, like the casino kind of like, oh, the microtransactions or whatever, like, again, stuff that's presented to you, right? I will just share, again, an aside story with my teen who just came to me at the end of the school day to say, hey, look, you remember Balatro?
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, yeah. And like, well, he has it installed on his phone or whatever. I'm like, okay, whatever. Just don't play it in class. Oh, no, I'm not playing it in class. I actually pirated on school computers. I'm like, okay, listen. Okay. Like, you got to learn some, how you dance around firewalls and stuff. I get it. There's a skill set to that. But, like, also, man, like, you're playing with fire here. What are we doing?
Do you want to get... You're on the system, man. Like, do you want to get expelled? Like, come on, you can't be at home. You need to leave. I have a job.
Oh no, that's where he went on about, like, again, his teacher's pretty cool. I'm like, yeah, but your teacher has to answer to someone. If they get caught, you get caught. You go down with a ship.
Yeah, they're not gonna save you, man.
No,
there are limits to this.
They're throwing you overboard the first chance they get. Anyway, that was you just reminded me. It just popped in my head. Completely different. But
and still not caught. Did they delete it, or are they still playing with fire?
I said you're playing with fire, and I left it at that. I'm like, it's up to you now, and you just get the consequences. Wow. So just figure it out. You're almost 16, so this is where you have that flexibility to fail in a way, hopefully not expelled in a way. So
please not.
No.
Anyway, gaming dads, have you return to a game to only remind yourself, it's like, wait, this is why I left in the first place? Are your kids hijacking school computers for
maybe
various games? Are you back on Marvel Snap and want to have a match? All these things and more. Would love to hear from you as we wrap up the show for once another week. Everybody, that'll do it for us. Thank you so much for listening. This has been New Dad Gaming. If you like the show, you can reach out. You can find us on all the major podcasting networks: Google, Spotify, Caster, Google Play, iTunes, anywhere where you get your podcast. Just search for New Dad Gaming. If you do, two things that really helps out the show is a subscription, a comment, like some message. I can't believe Jeff has done the following things. Unbelievable. And a rating. It helps to boost the signal to other gaming dads. If you have a story, like as I mentioned, big shout out again to Gaming Dad Capozzi for sharing his Pokemon journey along with us. Absolutely adore hearing from you guys. So write into us at New Dad Gaming on all of our socials or newdadgaming.com. Again, that'll wrap it up for the week. Thank you so much for listening. And until next week, my name is Trevor, Marvel Snap champion. And I have a 10-year-old. Look at the reaction on your face. It's like you're like as if you ever.
No, it's great. I love it. Yeah.
My name is Trevor, and I have a 10-year-old and an 8-year-old.
And I'm Jeff. Gotta catch them all. I have a 50-year-old and a 12-and-a-half-year-old.
You say 50-year-old?
No, 15. Sorry, 50. Okay. Oh my god.
I either misheard it or one of us made a mistake. We're good. Remember, everybody, just because you became a dad
does not mean it's game over.